So yedi kan ba eba be breaki edi mamo Ken Ofori Atta ne deputy a ye friend Abena Osei Asare some money transfer bia ekokogu some unknown accounts mu a chese ya order for ne arrest ebusuya na ansoa NK Obrimpon aba be true hot fire on Ken Ofori Atta ne deputy former finance minister I just say maybe OSP declared as fugitive I just say or buying US buying clients so ni ma didn't copy more court ni ade some 52.5 billion a year money transfer bia a course so abusuya ensem bebre ena boba efiri ho na ene enke obrempone nsem odi tu dwa no maami aye frɛ no Abena Osei Asare se yede no kokopie mu court right now no she is said to be arraigned before court na say iwakwa face trials sene ye hwehwɛ Ken Ofori Atta ye nhunu no ne deputy no so kokopie mu court na say trials ekoso ne side investigations bebre na ebobo ba NK obrempone ka say maami we no court na so kokogina. And with immediate effect, no, the trials no, any kwan say yes, pen na on na more after say ye order say yenko na yenkonko arrest. So Mame Abena Osei Asare she said to face a court a trials. Abusuya sisia emu aye den abom na esi ebo so e de amano e won side. I be pese be me abedwa for no be me akona yakwa kuti ensema e course so political highway. So unsubscribe ya subscribe hit on the notification bell. So say be any updates bia ya be drop and also onsa ebetumi akabina Ghana ha say open computer papa and a laptop papa na we use abura perosi computers and accessories ho and abenya laptop papa na we using the location enya ira kwan o Kumasi Bokrom Estates Eli frɛ number na egu your screen as na de ba kwa de wo mu se okra low budget no obenya high quality laptop na we use yembonra yensem ye ba ya de akabeto house
se wono hwe kutu okoka kire obi se ne hutuntum ne wone wo boss Ken Ofori Atta ye wo kromu ano sika mo afa mo nsase wo kromu ano ono aba Abena Osei Asare ho na Ghana mu nya din ye ho no man ne ho nkire ne ye se ye ni abria ka by this time ono aba Abena Osei Asare anka wasenko gina court ana odem na Ghana ye gold for oil na Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia the then vice president of the republic na oda no I am asking any member of the MPP say omra metre yen that impact little impact a gold for oil nyaye wo breko na Ghana gold nyina yesesa ade kwa ma no ne say ye kwa koje fango wa ba kromu a impact be ne be nyaye for then nam 18 cedis then nam 19 cedis then nam 23 Ghana cedis per liter e wo kromu a we were still doing gold for oil gold ahe ana Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia the entire MPP woman ma so de kwa abroche so mo de kwaje oil de aba. I am asking Alexander Fenyoma can say they should come and account for the gold for oil gold wo mo de kwaje oil back kromu a na yen hwade ye ti asema Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams kan was say shake no friend na penny no friend patch say sika or boss say illegally nkombetimi de ato gold no enya de ketoa and under na dankwaku fado Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia ene Ken Ofori Atta wadwane afri oman mu enti se wo hwe se de na womo sign sase a enya nwanwa se in the year 2022 November His Excellency na dankwaku fado e passi LI 2462 a legislative instrument e ma ho kwan ama yen forest reserves no yebetimi aye mining ewom na dankwaku fado pe ana otimbe ye saade no wono no de sa emra ne baye say yen forest reserves no say ye betimi akoye mining wom ene ya mene wode ka say honorable Imanu ama kofibu a and His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama wo mo bae pa wo se da bi yen penifo nim de nti asa forest reserves no mo bo ho ban me beto yi enti the LI 2462 no mene wode ka say wo ma yi afri ho a wontimi wura yen forest say wo kwakoye mining wo ho eye mra kese aye chi wa wawu banana dankwaku fado and him o ma ho kwam ye pass samra no e wo krom ha hwe godu a wo de fa suma se koton ye sika MPP fo to no every time a shine this if one penny for the especially the security agencies are what's some more Jessica free MPP for no me shamudin sika MPP for kutano a national security threat e wo krom ha the amount of money the one more threat na abanye juma mu kura akwose somoto from National Service Authority or Sesibenchi and give to Wari Mensa National Signal Bureau Kwabena Dubu Ahene to a National Food Buffer Store Company Abdul Wahab Hanan to Ameya Kumfimu Sky Train Sputnik V Asle Wusumu Niema Wama Yen wo krom ha sika akwose MPP photo a ye Ghana de no se NDC fo angia a national security threat ehu won betimi adane o man we abutu hwe godom de first mase Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams eka and nay Abena say Asare ana ne deputy ne way ne boss any Ken Oforiata wo bra MPP e wo aban mu a eno ama sabre de Ken Oforiata dwane afi krom ha e wo sikasem o ye ne basabasa Abena say Asare gusu wo Ghana ha e kasa se wo man mu aden na gold board crab oka yen hwa Abena say Asare mra e be beto adwedi nsama
na unya mu ye ebe enye obi na chi akwala nyame nyoma e kosi ni edi adanse ese de nko yesa o ka ho asem so aye bechi wan ka ho asem so a ese ti dia na onye ka na obe ka ho asem nyoma nko yi na ni ya mote ye we de me mi di kan ko kan ye ya ka che me se de ni nye papa ebe fu aka oh god the same ese si e hwehwem ese se e ya ho me se Sabio, I'm getting what I'm going to go to work. Now a whole establishment. If we don't go, we are worker to get things. I am up here with IMF reports who problem my share. And here I can't say. I'm a employee. As a Mahama, you're my person, gold, a translation here, also beyond gold, and worker. Beyond gold, and worker, my yet, what I have said. I don't know about 1.7 billion US dollars. And no one going to be your streets. Yeah, you know, we are no my Brother Mahama, here with you. That's what the man that you
Honorable Abena Osei Asare Mami Wano Anna wa ye your friend say the deputy finance minister will brana Ken Oforiata eteso say o my Ghana ye obi a ye ni abrea say ade a NDC abaye ni abrea mami we by this time I was saying kogina court bi say o my Ghana NDC abaye under his excellency John Dramani Mahama say ade o mani abre pa e was saying Abena Osei Asare by this time ogina mranim say na me hu no public account committee so na oto no kasa na mi BP kosoro obede no ma Abena Osei Asare a or deputize Ken Oforiata wadwane afi kroma in the history of the Fourth Republic ekra na American Fourth Republic in the history of this country Kwame Nkrumah twa o man fruma finance minister bia ni wa wadi ade no wadwane awie me se meka sa asem we sa apart from Ken Oforiata the deputy ni Abena Osei Asare and then Abena Osei Asare say gold board we boka God for all you are moka but God board boka eti sabre o mani mu ayeden na okoka so ane achewu na ye kan sam de gu hufi Abena Osei Asare wo maye ni abre anka wo senko wo court by this time I was senka Abena Osei ogina trial because the boss no wadwane no Ken Oforiata no waton wura mu no but of course as usual your politics eti Abena Osei Asare ne wona mabonten hwen sem a wokan di finanum and now at the public account committee so your chairperson eti wono kototo nkrofo mo made dwirim kata hyehye e wo mo mrase Abena Osei Asare o man we ye ni abresi e betechire o man yiye ni o man we ye pese ye ni yiye ni because these people they should have been behind bars by now. Nanko mining wunu sampa se ye ni ambre se ye ku keta se ye ku proye but Abena Osei Asare as usual wona mabonten wonam no tete public account committee so na ye sen tua ne ka no gisika no odi se wono hwe kutu okoka kire obi se ne hutuntum nea wo ne wo boss kan Ofori Atta ye wo kromu ano sika mo afa mo nsase wo kromu ano ono aba Abena Osei Asare ho na Ghana mu nya din ye ho no man ne ho nkire ne ye se ye ni abria ka by this time ono aba Abena Osei Asare anka wosen ko gina court ana odam no hunu se dwumadi one ne boss bedi wo kromu ano edi wo man Ghana nya mu bi da bi ameka ya ye kom ye hwe adwuma ne ye hwe ye koyanim but edu ba bi na menyanya e beto gya na fa ba bi abi abusan to dwumadi no so na afi ye nko yanim the minority leader and the future member of parliament Alexander Afenyoma Kemene wo de ka say de wadi nsantrofo ayanim ama wo makasa gold board ho nsensem ya some of the good guardian bebre kwa yenkotie press conference ne wo mo ye be to adwumadi nso ama.
The losses generated by gold board's own purchasing, pricing, and sales decision can no longer sit on the bank's books while gold board enjoys the credit. What we are witnessing is a disingenuous accounting arrangement, clean on the surface, dirty in substance, and it is ordinary Ghanaian taxpayer who is left carrying the risk. That ends today. We are asking straightforward questions, and we expect straightforward answers. Who are the off-takers? Why were sales discounted? And why is the mandate to trade gold on the country's behalf producing losses the country was never told about? Now, let me deal with the numbers Ghana cannot ignore. The IMF tells us that 17% of the value of every ounce of gold sold by the Bank of Ghana simply disappeared. It vanished into the gap between the rates paid to miners and the rate used for the books. Add the fees paid to the middlemen. Add the discounts handed to off-takers. This is not rounding error. This is not teething trouble. This is a structural bleeding of our national purse. And it was not the opposition that found it. I repeat, it was the IMF's own economists, and the government has accepted. Now look at what this bleeding has done to our central bank. By the fund's own numbers, the Bank of Ghana's equity stood at negative 93.8 billion cedis at the end of last year, negative 6.7% of GDP. Our central bank is technically bankrupt, therefore. And the single biggest driver of that collapse in the 2025 was gold operations, gold board. Gold board's own domain, 22 billion cedis. That's equivalent of the 1.7 billion US dollars in 1 year alone. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it what it is. These losses are not bad luck. You don't trade in gold and make losses. They are not a difficult market. They expose the crass incompetence of gold board's management and misaligned policy of the government. No serious institution loses this much money by accident. This is what happens when an untouchable few are handed the nation's gold with no one watching and no one willing to ask questions. Ghanaians have already sacrificed much to keep this economy standing. We tighten our belt for the sake of stability. That is why it is so painful to watch this scheme quietly give away sums that will make any right-thinking citizens weep. We did not endure hardship so that billions could vanish into unexplained spread and unnamed off-takers. Let us be honest about what $1.7 billion actually means.
Alexander Afenyoma Ken Honorable Wano Minority Leader Efutu MP Ana Sabre Womugusua Gold Board Boka and Okra my Bank of Ghana, which is our central bank now. Sabre a kaba beda hokra de. Emi se wura hokra one city kra wutimi nyin wo de apue. Alexander Afenyoma Ken. Still wogusu e de Efutufo anim etwi fam. The people of Efutu, these are some of the things your MP is doing. MP Alexander Afenyoma Ken, we na oye otum futuro gu nkrofo ani otum futuro ana we ya boka in the year 2022 to 2020 Bank of Ghana boka 60 billion Ghana cedis under MPP over 60 billion Ghana cedi dana moton ani yebeto bi be bia mode o man Ghana ko seye no enye nyame by this time ko man ne wo hefa honorable ti mo be ko so asey o man ne saa mo de mabɔ mutiri mu pɔsɛ ohuriye moja be ko so agina MPP fo mutirim na makoso abribia motumfu turo de agu Ghana fo ani asey kuro no saa eye sey ya na mo be mo braba okrom ha mo be twantro asey bibia bibipa bia bia mo ba sey no na Alexander Fenyomaken any MPP for wo mo de 8 years pe ebo besia over 60 billion Ghana cedis wo okrom ha ebinsi da Obra His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama from Kwame Nkrumah Mreso 1957 ebepim 2016 na year to aba His Excellency John Dramani Mahama every sukwati na fie no Ghana public debt na da on year little over 120 billion Ghana cedis if it Kwame Nkrumah Mreso amampe fu abedi ko nyina na a little over 120 billion Ghana cedis na nanda kwaku fado Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia any Ken kuntunkunu na yaw Ofori Atta a wadwane afri Ghana from 2017 up to 2025 January 7th no musi form no ma besia over 600 billion Ghana cedis na nanda kwaku fado Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia dia de no mde ye okrom ha aya dia monkyere aya dia ano mde ye okrom ha but these people are there working freely. One gusu kasa. Now 1.5 years under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, any NDC administration, achievement tabano obiano obetimi dia compare na nadan kwaku fado ni Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia 8 years no ube challenge ya brabet na hanom yen list na yembo bosso hospitals ahodo amubugu ye amantini city sell polyclinic ene ibrala for wani be hwade and so many they can say Omampeni John Dramani Mahama on call bond market enkoje 1 cedi bosia ye Shakra Kumasi Expressway many they can say account to 1.7 billion dollars dem can say ye be vegetation a soldier for asrafo mo kwan so ebu nu egu se de be kwan be de ho no wo mu wi asika mo de be kwan no 1.7 billion dollars at the account mu twan yebeye sa kwan no still na Omampeni John Dramani Mahama ni NDC aban wo ko foreign market wo ko bond market wo mo besia ye Ghana high sika ya na wo dane dan na gold board Atta ya kire entia ne se gold board beboa no Omampeni John Dramani Mahama any NDC aban ya nima banyam dia ye MPP for ye fight gold board ye twantron to gold board so ye say gold board e boka eno na Alexander Fenyomaken egusa wo ye no bibia nimbio but se si amene wo de ka sei de aye me den say Sami Jamfi Esquire CEO Edema Ghana Gold Board waboa na sabre Ghana yensi kasema gina brane economy no atem din enam kwampa ene hyehyeye a waye na gold bi e be fi oman mu no oman Ghana eti so mfa so nti nyame ya adem ochina the government accountability series ekoso wa bankesie mu no organized by the government communications no Sami Jamfi Esquire Gold Board penny say ensem ni nyina wo ba be jam buburija wo kina ene ne yahye niema wa ye ba be jam but ye be twen nyame yadom o kina nsem no ne ya bomode abie conversation num ti nyame yadom o kina 11 am pepepe mo obi emese uhwe TV XYZ ti power 97.9 FM koyen social media platforms no at Power 979 FM, TV XYZ, and after YouTube here XYZ broadcasting. Ubenya bi ahwe na ensem a owura Sami Jamfi lawyer penipa oda Ghana Gold Board ano na waboa na sabre de o man Ghana ye ti en gold so mfaso no ensem a ode betu dwa wo kina no wa bomodin per radio per TV tina ho na tie bi na hunu se ensem a eye Alexander Fenyomaken and the entire MPP minority the minuscule micro minority, their importance is very little, minimal. Aye, wom so many mrasebe many one and throw one de nam one mu twegu gold board hu fi no sa asem no sa na tie ana sanye sa na tie e be ko so ni aka no kre ne ye de akere mo anopa awia ene anwumire en soma amanyuko ya somo man Ghana e wo so man ni fa ne ntema pa bi di fra nti mokotum futuro gu nkrofo ni a wo dwumade yesu ye ba biem ye de no kra no be dadi ni emu sa Alexander Fenyomakin and the entire MPP for mu twantro tum futuro gu Ghana for ni say the god word for ye na ye ka na eba enso ntesa honorable munyai wache momo man ni fa ne ntema pa bi mfra momma the less privilege one way what down one more Medina one more Dome one more Simon one more your friend is saying bi or doko ebi no more per 1,000 Ghana cedis 2,000 Ghana cedis what the year dokuna ton what the francosia or per 100 cedis or Medina what the francosia gupa mu na waton obi so atimi nkosua ne meko no so nya ne daily bread no those people momma sabre ya o mampani John Dramani Mahama with all the experience I gather. No, they be sumo mai ayen se pade aboa oye ya kwan dia mayen oye hospitals ahodo dia mayen obie school sumu and they amene we can say by the end of 2027 ayewura 2028 double track system and another kwaku fado any Alhaji Mahmoud Baomia and the buy say free SHS no ebe gu yen secondary school no me we can say ye see infrastructures ahodo e was secondary schools no upgrade schools no say beye na the normal system and the school no ye be hwe so ne this is akopepepe. This is governance. 8 years mo am the free SHS baye mo ntimi am mo kitchen mpo amfa ntare ba bia ana mo free so na mo be say ye nkola ne life omo wi SHS na hwi ni omutirim enenei ye nya abanya wono abadaye wode nyamesuro esese niema en mo pese mo twantro ye ne mo okuro mu a obi ana enya de obi a ho beto ne da private legal practitioner ye fi good born semne kakra nyame ya admo chena sami Jamfie Square obeto aso private legal practitioner aya Tadio sorry mranim ni kese pa e wo man Ghana ha legal vacation ho sensem aye koso no wode nanu atum den waka yenko tim rebe beto admedi so.
I think maybe lawyers don't tell their story well, but the legal vacation is very important for lawyers. But if as soon as a decision is taken, you don't engage the decision in any way, and you are hearing news about how people are biased and press conferences are being organized, that's not how to resolve it. And that's not a legal way of resolving issues. They can't, I'm not, sometimes, I mean, with all due respect to my colleagues, some of whom are senior to me, they are my good friends, you can't say you are boycotting courts. If you write that type of letter, put out there in the media to the Chief Justice, if he doesn't put on a matured cap, his reaction to it will be negative. That you are the Bar Association, but I am the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. So it set bad standards and very low standards. And as a member, I think we need a revolution within.
Private legal practitioner, Tadio sorry a law. Ana uhunu sokasan onimumra ye pa kotuno Supreme Court na wo biebie mremu de mredi asemu ana hu se papai ana wo kano se wuntimi nka se legal vacation wo ho na ehu hiama lawyers ne de but wuntimi nka se wo boycott court because there is a legal vacation jenisa wo court kura na de yemi nwanwa wo MPP for won say at your time at your tenure legal vacation koso na Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokunu, the former Chief Justice, has selected some of the courts. Samonko, Namonko Yejuma, Adena Edu and the NDCD, and before Kasa same way. The Deputy Attorney General, Justice, Simsai, Waka was say the Ghana Bar Association, 1 month 7 lawyers and 1 month 7 or more, and the legal vacation only Kwanya Nise. wɔn kɔ court no enimira bi mu.
So abusuawe ne ensma ekoso our political highway so Ken Ofori Atta former finance minister and deputy and right now no okwa Court&Face trials enye asam keto akrabada mase samoje pene kokotiza ensem we edemai aha gossip politics TV so